Hello guys, welcome back to my part 2 art tutorial on glazing and blending my hyper realism portrait. So as you guys can see here, that I'm really close up this time in the video, just really, it's almost like underneath the skin, which is really nice and cozy and nifty, so that you can really see what's happening here with my glazing process of the skin tones. And yeah, it's really nice to see what I'm going to be doing with just my palette and my pigmentations. Like I said, if you had a chance to watch my last video, if you haven't seen the part 1 video, please pause, go back and watch it, and then continue on with this. So as I was saying in the last video that I had put up for the part 1, is that I tend to actually just take the pigmentations straight out of the paint tube. To me, that's very just grassroots and organic that way, just placing the pigmentation onto the canvas. And whenever I need the paint or the pigment, I tend to place it onto the side, or where I'm not painting at that moment, but to the side or in very open, empty space of the canvas. So as you can see here, what I'm doing, I'm just touching up areas of where the shadow areas are. The shadow area, as you can see, has been created by the chin and the beard. And the way that the light is lit for this picture, where my husband was standing as I was taking his picture, the shadow just was created from the light, the direction of the light. So I really like that really dramatic chiaroscuro effect that was going on. With the pigmentation of just the shading and the blending, I am going to tell you here, it's just, it's to consistency. If you have a really strong visual eye, and the more practice and the more painting that you do, you paint portraits, and you paint portraits, and you paint more portraits. You paint, do a lot of flesh tones of figurative painting, and you paint more of that. It's just a way of just training your eye to a level of maturity, that you become very comfortable with the flesh tones, the complexions that you paint. And it's something that I will tell you, it can't really be taught, but it can actually be attributed and attributed in you actually taking that information and using it as your artistic ability allows you to do. If that makes any sense. Well, and I'm hoping that this video series that I'm putting up to you and sharing with you does give you some assistantship. I feel like, by showing, a lot of times that really it helps us artists just be able to pick up some tips and some techniques to better our paintings of, if you're painting realism, if you're painting portrait style, whatever the type of paintings that you're painting. Yeah, hopefully this helps. And just, as you can see here, I'm just doing amounts of layering here to this area of the throat and the neck. And what my end goal is that you can see a lot of the indications of line work of where the muscle structure as my My husband, he works out a lot, and his muscle structure is just really, in the past couple of months, is beginning to really take on this tonality, which is really nice. And so what I don't want is for these big like lines and just indications going here at the painting, because what you want it to become is very subtle, because you see this in real life, in the flesh, on a person who has lots of musculature going on. It's very subtle, and it's the way the light is hitting it. It's the way that the shadows are hitting it, where they're standing in the light. So it's not like you see this type of, you see this on this, it's like not like it's all these lines and dark areas, but like I said, the end goal for me is to make this as fluid as possible. The shadows, the light complexions, just to really have this wonderful harmonious lyrical piece of music going on, and not to have any areas of chaos, because if you have one little area of just chaos or whatnot, or just things that are just not really, it's out of tune, out of key, it's really going to throw off the whole orchestra. It really is. And a lot of times, I liken my paintings, my artwork to music, to classical music, and that tends to help me, because if you have one area that's off, it's just going to throw the whole painting off. So for this particular part of the painting, what I'm showing you here right now is just to really take in absorbing the information, absorbing the idea. If you're having an end goal, having your focus that these lines can't stay here, that my little girl's hand, that's my 4-year-old. My apologies for that. She'll move it in just a moment. Is just to really blend those areas together, a nice fluidity, and really, and I think this is where a lot of people come into, a lot of artists now, that you see a lot of holistic, figurative artists love painting their figures for life, like the models that are in like the studio classes, whatnot, posing for them, and versus like a photograph. I mean, photographs, definitely tend to help you when you're in a niche and the model can't get over to your house, whatnot, or they're charging by the hour. You really have to kind of work with the resources that you have. But yeah, as you can see, like, it's just about adding, take away. Right here, I'm adding like my crimson, my reds, and my yellows back into the flesh tone, and it's just adding, take away, adding, take away, and it just is this, yeah, it is what it is. And you'll see that where you're getting to a point, that where it's coming, or it's right. It's getting close. You're getting close. You're getting close to the finishing, to the ending border line. You're getting close. You're at a 70% ratio, and then you're increasing up to this 80% ratio, and then you're increasing up to this 90% ratio, and it's all about you really just keeping your focus in your mind, and don't ever feel like you have to finish on a particular deadline. Like, for example, like, say if you're doing a painting, like for if it's commissioned, or if it's for an art contest that you're looking to put in, don't ever have wind up this video, and I'll see you next time on our next video.
Hi, thanks guys for stopping by and seeing my wonderful, awesome tutorials. I hope to see you guys again. Thank you for liking and subscribing my channel and the videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also visit my official website at zinkia.com. If you want to buy any type of new art deals, any drawings, paintings, they're all there for you to see. It'll follow you over there. Just follow it over to the square.com website where you can actually buy and make purchases of everything. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye.